All right. So the goal here in today is to encourage you, because I know many of you are avid crafters. You know, you love to stamp, you love to collect products. Well, there are a lot of people out there. Have you ever heard somebody say, I could never do that? Like when you give them a card, do you hear people say, I could never do that? This is really cool. I could never do that. Um, I am here to tell those people that they can do it, just in a little different way. If we take a look at our ephemera packs, which I've got one here in front of us, it is Birthday Treats Mix and Match Ephemera Pack. This is not retiring. It's not on the last chance list. This is just something I wanted to pull out because it's been sitting in my drawer waiting for attention. And maybe not so subtly, because every time I open the drawer, I'm like, I feel like it's calling out to me to use it. And what we need to remember is that if people are overwhelmed, they're going to turn and run the other way. I remember, and I have a friend who is a follower here, and she came to her first party, and I'm just gonna punch these pieces out as we chat here. But she came to her first party, and I met her for the first time there. And when it came time to order, I asked her if she needed any help, and she goes, I just want everything. And I said, oh, well, can I help you decide? And she goes, I just can't order tonight. She was so overwhelmed that it was like, she just couldn't. So I took, it's hard for me to not get excited and overshare, because I love so much the product that we have, and especially new stuff. It is so much fun to have new product in hand, and to share it and show it. And it's like, how do you decide what to share when you want to share everything? Perhaps that feeling, whether it's stamping or something else. But I really feel like if we can underwhelm people a little bit with how easy things are, what a cool thing to bring into their life. What paper crafting has done for you, what this community does for you. I think part of why you come to watch is to be with the community of people. And it's not about me. It's about just us being together. And I think this is a great platform for it, because we know that we all love the same thing. And it's easy to share, and it's easy to want to be a part of the group, because it's just such a cool thing. So anyway, I feel like I'm soapboxing all over creation today, and I'm sorry about that. Hi, Debbie. Great to have you. But you're here, sure, because of the creativity that I hope to be offering you, but also because you like to be a part of the community. And I know there are people that come on and say, hey, everybody, how are you doing today? And I just think that is pretty special too. All right, so take a look at this ephemera pack. This is Birthday Treats Mix and Match Ephemera Pack. So it's kind of a mouthful. It's kind of long. It is not retiring, but I am popping out all of the pieces. It comes with 2 sheets of 2 different pieces, that pop out of here. And then, oh, thanks, Tanya. I appreciate you so much. And then 2 of each of these things right here. These are just little backdrops or backgrounds. Yes, you can totally cut things up and rearrange and do all this stuff, but I'm just going to show you today that we can keep things pretty simple with just the ephemera pack and a pack of our note cards and envelopes. The note cards and envelopes come together, and I'm just going to try to get things out of the way here a little bit. And they are finished, like folded, are 3.5 by 5. So it's a great size, easy to use. And the fact that the envelopes are right there with it makes it so easy. especially for a beginner. Joan, thank you for reiterating my thoughts because people turn and run. It's too much. And people have said to me, I can't do that. I can't do what you do. I told you, and if you've been around for a while, last summer, I was with 3 high school, and actually we go back to kindergarten, but we get together every year for a weekend, and they have never stamped with me. And I would venture to guess they've probably never stamped. And I took a kit and they had fun and they were so proud of their card when they were all done. And we're getting our date set for this year. And do you want to know what one of them said? Amy, are you going to bring a project for us to do? I kid you not. And it just almost made me cry because I'm like, this is something we get together every year for many, many years. And I never brought a kit until last year. And I'm like, you know what? It's time I introduce them to this, to what I do. And so just really a cool thing. What I discovered here is even cooler. These laser cut pieces are 3.5 by 5. So check that out. I love that I am only using adhesive for these cards, and I shouldn't say nothing else because I'm going to add some things as I go. But the first cards here will have nothing but the ephemera pack, the cards and envelopes, and adhesive. It couldn't get really any easier. What I also like about these ephemera is that they have no preconceived projects ready for them. So if the person that you're creating with perhaps has a little bit of creativity running through cursing through their bones, they can have a little fun with it. And I like that. And actually the girls, my girlfriends that I stamped with, or created with, they did some stamping. But I don't want that. They got a little creative. And it was pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to start with one of these celebrates. And it's cool because I think there are 8 of those total. And it makes it easy to create with them when there are plenty, because then I feel like I'm not wasting if it's just one. I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I want to use that because I might want to use it later. No, there are 8 of them. And it makes it super fun. Okay, so I'm just going to pop up the Celebrate off of, see, just adhesives, right? Nothing too intimidating. And then I'm going to set my cake right in there like that. And that's it. Okay. Hi, Kay. What are you surprised about? Or did I say something that triggered that? Let me know. Because I always am like, I feel like we have a little bit of a lag. So I want to make sure I know what you're talking about in order to respond. Okay, so something super simple like this. Yes, you can add ribbon. Yes, you can add adhesive backed embellishments. But remember, when we talked at the beginning, we talked about how new people are easily overwhelmed. And my goal today is to get you to think about somebody in your life who comments on your cards and they say, oh my goodness, these are beautiful. Stuff like that. Invite them to stamp with you. Because I think the more our community grows, the more fun it is. This is one of those things where it's not a competition. It is, let's have fun together. Let's do this together. And crafting and eating together are the 2 things I think I enjoy with my friends the most. They're just it's just time to be together, time to visit. And a lot of times you don't have to think too hard when you're creating these cards. But you know, it's, I just want to encourage you to, oh, hi, ladies. Okay. So a pleasant surprise that I'm still here. Well, that's because we started at 1:30. I started late today. So that is why I am still here. I had a kind of a surprise thing come up this morning for the gala that I am hosting. So I needed to be somewhere else. Okay, so for this one, I decided I wanted to pop up the frame. So we're going to pop up this guy. And I used some foam adhesive strips that we've got. And actually, I think the ones I used are shorter. They're from a paper pumpkin kit or something, I think. And these go right onto the front of the card. So welcome to all of you who, that friends asked me to bring a project again, the second year, right? Thanks, Kay, for clarifying that, because that, it totally made my whole day. It made my whole week when she asked me that. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, really cool thing. This comes with a frame. So all of these things are nestled in. This was nestled in. They package them so smartly. It's got all of these little pieces here. Okay, so we're going to take the frame. And I know because I popped it up, it's going to be a little bit awkward. But we'll get it to stick on the front of that little thingy there. And then I told you we're going to add a little something, and that would be, I gotta find the right colors here. Okay, we're gonna take bubble bath. So if they want to be a little bit creative, you can get out your Stampin' Blends or your Stampin' Right markers. And we're going to do, this is Highland Heather. I don't necessarily want that. I grabbed the wrong ones. I want Lemon Lolly. So remember on the back of the package, it tells the colors that are in here. So here it says Daffodil Delight, but I'm going to choose Lemon Lolly because of the lighter frame, and I'm going for a little bit lighter look here. So I'm just toning that down with a little Lemon Lolly instead. And then I will also choose soft seafoam, I think. So I am going to color my balloons. And that's what's cool about this kit is it's got the black and white, the outline images. Very cool. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of coloring here. And you know that with Stampin' Blends, the more you layer, the darker it gets. So it's not like I'm going to spread the color. I mean, it blends the color, but the more you use it, the more you layer it, the more dark it gets. Alcohol markers are so intriguing to me. And when we came out with them, I was a little scared of them. And then what I discovered is I don't have to be precise and perfect to use them. I just have to use them. So this just introduces your friends to another aspect of what we do and what we have. And I said I was going to do 2 cards without anything extra, but I looked at the time and I went, oh yeah, we're crunching a little bit on time. Oh, look at that. Have you ever seen that before? It's almost white on the tip there. But I forgot about the little the little dealios on the balloon. Okay, so here we've got these really cute little balloons, and we're going to glue them in place there, or tape them in place. So like they're going up over the frame. And then we have our little happy birthday. Now you could do a couple things. You could color this also if you wanted to. I'm going to leave it white, but you could certainly color that. And I'm going to pop that up as well. So we're going to do a double pop up here. But I love how ephemera allows for some creativity. And, you know, it's good. Joan says her first stamp camp, you told the girls it's just paper. That's exactly right. They're not going to ruin anything, right? It's just relax, enjoy, and make something that makes you happy. Okay, so simple cards using our ephemera and our cards and envelopes. And if you ever get stuck, you know, if you're ever like, I don't know what to make, go to the Stampin' Up website, stampinup.com, type in the search bar the birthday treats mix and match ephemera pack. It'll go there, and then there are some samples there. And what I noticed when I was checking out the samples there is that they mixed and matched the ephemera. Imagine. It's called mix and match for a reason. So you can add different ephemera packs. This one is one of my favorites because it's got all of these fantastic sentiments in all these different fonts, and you can mix some of these in with the ones that are already here. So good fun, lots of creative possibilities. But also, let me just show you something simple here. So it's got a cake and there are candles. So you could do, if you need a lot of candles, I'm just going to do one layer of candles. And we're going to do, we need to do the flames. So I'll color those. And then I will use the bubble bath for my candles. Just color them a little bit. I'm not going to a lot of work, notice. And then we're just going to add this to the back. So one thing you can do is just put adhesive back there and add that to the back if you want. Or maybe, would they look better on the front? No. Okay, so we'll add those to the back. So we've got our little birthday candles. And then if you wanted to snag this pack, you could do any number of things. Best wishes, congratulations, thinking of you, obviously birthday. I'm going to go back to this one though. I'm going to use this and just pop that up right here. See, it doesn't have to be hard. And the other thing I wanted to say is you can teach them to add a little dimension. Okay, so we've just added a little spot, like a table underneath it. So we'll just add, just with a little squiggle of the Stampin' Blends, we just created a little spot for that to sit so it's not up in the air. Then we'll add our little sentiment. Easy peasy. All right, so who's ready to go share paper crafting? We're not stamping, but we are paper crafting, and it is almost as amazing if we just use our paper. I really like what I made today. So, think about that one person in your life who you just want to share what you do. If you came in late, we talked about the one person who always says, I could never do that. And really, I mean, could they? Of course they could. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you for taking that little journey with me today because I wanted to do something a little bit different, talk about bringing people into the crafting fold because it can be intimidating for people and we want to show them it's not so bad.